Today on BladeHQ.com, we're taking a look at the CRKT Eros. Eros being the Greek god of love. It's the Greek equivalent of the Roman Cupid. So, kind of an interesting name for it here. Eros, I believe is how you pronounce it. And very cool design by Ken Onion. And I dig it. I was taking a look at the Ripple the other day. Also designed by Ken Onion, made by CRKT. And I think between the two, I'm going to compare them, but between the two, I believe the Eros, I'm going to say Eros, takes it for me. Just a super thin knife. It's got that IKBS ball bearing system in it. I like the titanium frame lock on it, just super thin. I'm kind of into thinner knives, less bulk in the pocket, and this just really fits the bill without compromising a lot of blade length and structural integrity. I feel like this is a great blade for gentleman's everyday carry, that sort of thing, or just the minimalist who is looking for great design and not wanting to add a lot of weight to the pocket. So it weighs 1.4 ounces. Let's start it there. Anyway, the overall length on this blade is 7 inches. The blade length is 3 inches, made from Japanese Acuto steel, Acuto Plus steel, 59 to 61 Rockwell hardness. And this knife runs for 165 bucks. It is made in Taiwan. Like I mentioned, that IKBS ball bearing system in there is just super, super smooth. This isn't a spring-assisted knife, but it just comes flying out of there like a spring-assisted blade. Just very, very impressed by it. The pocket clip is tip-down carry only. And here's a pocket shot for you to give you an idea of how it looks in the pocket. I'm wearing shorts today, so not Levi's, but you get an idea anyway. I do enjoy the flipper on it. Now let me show you a quick comparison. The Ripple here has that flipper that kind of pokes out a little bit more. I like a lot just this minimalistic small flipper there. I mean, they've performed the exact same function. They work equally well. That one's going to turn into kind of a blade, a finger guard on the blade to keep your finger off the blade. But this one is just so minimalistic. I don't think it's going to catch very much in your pocket, that sort of thing. It's just, it feels nice. One comment between the two of them, the Ripple definitely feels a little bit more robust. You can see even in the blade profiles there. This one, I think, blade length is 3 inches versus 3 1/8 inch on the Ripple. But just kind of a wider blade profile on the Ripple versus kind of a skinnier profile. Almost a dagger blade look to it on that one. So on the Eros, but I really like it. I mean, it is very, very smooth, like I mentioned. I did mention it is a titanium handle, titanium frame lock in typical Ken Onion fashion. You can see there's the line for the frame lock, but it doesn't poke out extremely like other titanium frame locks do. Kind of the same idea as the Ripple. It just kind of integrates that frame lock into the design rather than making it having it poke out quite a bit. So I like that. The milling on the handle is very cool design. It's got a lanyard hole there. The weight, I don't think you can beat it, 1.4 ounces. I mentioned that already, but it's worth mentioning again because it is a light knife, and I can feel that. Let me show you a quick size comparison to the Benchmade Mini Griptilian in my pocket today. Obviously different knives, different designs, different companies, but just to give you an idea of size, girth, that sort of thing. You can see that Mini Griptilian is much thicker. In fact, where are my calipers? And we'll take a look at thickness here. Thickness of the handle, 0.5 inches, versus on a mini grip, it is 0.68-ish, 0.7. So much, much thicker, and on the Ripple, it is 0.5. Coming back to the Eros, right here on the spine of the blade, 0.28 inches, right at the tip. Now, I should mention the tip here is just super thin, 0.22, and then right at the grind, 0.22 as well. So very thin. I do like a lot, they've kind of got a swedge here in the spine of the blade, and they've rounded off that edge. It's a beveled edge there. I like that. So very cool. The blade centering on it is almost spot on, just to the right, just a hair, just a slight hair. Let me change this camera setting so you can see that a little bit better. But it's very, very close to dead center. So, as well, let's take a look at the blade play. Front to back, rock solid, side to side, nothing, just the flex that you typically get. So very solid. And let me show you it in hand right there. So there you have it. I think we covered about everything on that one. Oh, by the way, I've been forgetting this all day long, forgetting to check grind angles. So let's take a look at the grind angle here. I'm going to bet it's right around 15, just a little bit less than 15 degrees, using the Richard Kell bevel gauge that we saw at Blade HQ, which is exciting. So anyway, this is the Ken Onion Eros titanium folder. It goes for $165 on bladehq.com. There's also an Eros 2, which is just a little bit smaller. It's got a 2-inch blade, so a little tinier. And I couldn't find that one today, so just wanted to throw this one at you, get it out there, as well as the Ripple. Both great blades. Ken Onion designed some great stuff. I was thinking I should do a shop tour with Ken Onion. Just going to throw that out there, Ken. If you want to invite me to your house in Hawaii to enjoy your shop and the beach, let me know. I'm up for it. So, and if you guys want to help fund that, I'm going to be setting up a Kickstarter campaign to send Ben to Hawaii. So I'll put a link to that in the description box someday. I'm just teasing, but I would love to go to Hawaii and film. That would be a riot. So keep that in mind. Mention it to my boss the next time you see him, that sort of thing. Anyway, this is the CRKT Eros. Buy it now at bladehq.com.